Hello everybody, welcome into today's video. Today I'm taking you along the process and kind of explaining what I'm doing for my reading journal this year in 2026. This is my first time trying to do this type of journal, so we'll see how it goes. I'm not going to be anywhere near as pretty or perfect as so many others here on BookTube are, but I like how it turned out. So right here I'm just trying to make my title page for my reading journal for 2026. The papers and stickers here that I'm using is also just off a pack that I got off Amazon, along with these nice little markers and these pins, all just stuff that I found off Amazon. I don't have a big collection at all. Like I said, I'm just starting this journey. I normally just do laid out reading journals, but I really wanted to try this year, and we'll see. I was looking through some other stickers that I'd gotten, but I didn't find anything that I would like in this pack to go with the page, so. I really like the kind of like ripped and distressed look that people do, so that's kind of what I was going for with the bottom there. And I apologize that you can't see it the best. I'm not used to these types of videos and still trying to figure out angles and all that stuff, so apologies for that. But I got started on my first page here, and also super sorry about my glasses getting in the way. They're chonkers. This is my little physical TBR shelf. Last year, I really focused on my physical TBR, and I'm getting it down quite a lot, and I want to not buy as many books unless I really, really think I'm gonna like them. So I'm kind of downsizing with my physical TBR, and so this isn't quite as big of a section this year, but I did it differently than I have in the past, which this is my first year, but I did actually do just a physical TBR shelf at the back of my reading journal that was already like pre-laid out last year, and I really liked how that was, but doing it a tiny bit different this year, and I still really think I like it a lot. I like kind of having it similar but a little bit different and kind of a variety from year to year. We'll see though. Now I am working on filling in my monthly tracker. I love to track how many books I read every month, and I basically tried to do what one of my reading journals in the past has done with the monthly tracker. It goes up to, I believe, 17 on this page, which I don't normally read up to that many books. Every now and then I will, but yeah, so that's what I'm doing here. So here I am erasing what I had laid out in pencil for this page so that I didn't forget what I was going to do on this page, and that is my books of the month, or book of the month, I guess. And I've never done this really before. I'm not sure if any of my past reading journals have had this, but I see a lot of people doing this, and I kind of would like to remember what like my favorite book of the month was. So I just did a quick little layout for this. I like how it turned out, but it's very simplistic, and I plan to get little like, I guess the book covers to put in the little squares, which will be new for me also, but we'll see how it turns out. Different angle that hopefully is a little bit better for you guys to see. I went back to that first page and I'm just filling in some books. Like I said, I'm not focusing on my physical TBR as much this year, so I wasn't sure how many books I wanted to try to like aim for. And I might add to this, but for right now, I ended up doing 5 on the smaller shelves and then 10 on the bottom so that it makes up to 20. I figured that would be a decent goal because I do read a lot of my nonfiction and I still have quite a bit of nonfiction, but I've been getting through it a lot this year. So we'll see if I add anything else to that. All right, and this is one of my favorite pages that I've done. So I have such a hard time remembering if I DNF'd a book, especially if I don't write it down somewhere, but I've never really had that in any of my reading journals before. So I wanted to make this whole page just dedicated to my DNFs. So that's what I'm doing here. I also used some washi tape at the bottom. You can see on the previous page that I did kind of like figured out what layout and stuff that I wanted to do. And this was something that I'll probably show this at the end, but I did do just a couple of pages this year in the later half of this year of just kind of some stats in this journal of 2025, kind of playing with what kind of stuff I might want to do for next year. And this was one that I did do already, and it, like I said, it's like one of my favorite little designs and stuff, so I pretty much kept it the same. I just absolutely adore how this turned out. So basically what I do is I write a little title and author at the very top there, and I will then take one of my markers and I draw a line right under it because I really like writing it on it. I just think it makes it pop and it looks so much nicer that way. And I adore the color scheme of these pages too. Okay, so now I have a little reason that I DNF'd. I put like a little bubble there, and I will basically write in the bubble like my reasons for DNFing. Within the next part is the format, and I kind of like draw a little picture of like a book or like my Kindle and say if I read it like on ebook or a physical book and if I unhauled it or whatnot. Then I also have the pages attempted. I like to keep track of like where I DNF'd on, like if I gave it 50 pages or if I got up to 100 pages, I would write that there. And then date attempted, I normally put this as the date that I decided to DNF it. Sometimes I will have like started it and tried it earlier than that, but I just kind of want to know the general, like I could just put the month if I wanted to, but I normally have been doing the like full date. I just want to be able to know so that I can like keep track of that. I can tell you guys on my monthly wrap-ups if I DNF'd a book, you know, that type of thing. So I really like this format a lot. It's literally one of my favorites. Absolutely adore it. So I am just flipping over a few pages here because this is going to be dedicated pages for my Sisters in Christ nonfiction book club picks next year. And now I am coming to the last little page I'm going to be working on here, and that is my 20 books I want to read in 2026. I know that we've been going up every time, 25 in 2025, 26 in 2026, but I just feel like it's starting to get a little bit much and ridiculous, and I didn't want to do that many, so I'm just going to do an even 20. And if y'all haven't noticed, my daughters absolutely love to watch me do my reading journal. And it is absolutely adorable because then they will grab their own notebooks and start like trying to make the same shapes as me and stealing any of my extra like washi tape and stickers and trying to make their own. And my daughter, my oldest daughter, uses all of the terms like, "Mom, this is my TBR," and she has no idea what she is saying. Like, she doesn't know what TBR means, that type of thing. So it's absolutely hilarious. I adore and love them. But yeah, I'm a mom of 3 guys, so their fingers are gonna be in the videos sometimes. I can't get away from them unless I get a rare moment where their daddy is home and he's able to be playing with them. But yeah. So here I am just making little books, and I'm making 10 on each side, and I'm not gonna like fill these in or anything right now. I think what I'm gonna do this year is I'm just going to like color them in with whichever like color I want. Maybe I'll do it by like the book cover color, but I'm just gonna color it in with my markers, and then I'm gonna like write the title in after I color it in. I think that'll work better than what I did this past year, although I also didn't have like smear proof pens when I started doing mine this year, so that might have been part of the problem, but that's just, I'm just gonna try it that way this year. So alright, now I'm going to walk you through as my title page, my physical TBR shelf, which I then decided that I wanted to put something in here. Because, you know, that's me. I just wanted to make sure I could write a total amount at the bottom, basically. But then on the side is my monthly tracker, which I already went over that. I have a couple of blank pages here because it's going to be my channel goals and my video ideas for next year, and then my book of the month. This page here is the publication year tracker. I thought this was a really cool idea to try to like track how many books I read in like what years. So I just like fill in the little bubbles. And then this is also one of my favorite ones, is my library cost savings. And I just write down when I get it and how much I was saving, and I'm gonna like put a total at the end of the year. Then just a non-physical TBR, and then a recommendations. And then this is just my reading log. I realize you can't see the words at the top, but I'm just gonna fill it in. Like, this is what I've been reading, just simple little thing. That is a star rating, and then this is for genres, which I'm not quite sure. I think I'm just gonna make that kind of like a bar graph, and then the DNFs, which I went through and did with you guys, so I've already gone over all of that. Blank pages for my sisters in Christ, and then my 20 books in 2026 page. I'm also just going to speed through the tiny little bit that I did for this year, my 25 books in 2025 chart. I had like my reading goal of just like the total amount, and then I have end of year tracker that I was going to put in for the genres, which I was trying to do the different colors, but that didn't work very well for me because too many colors looked the same. This little graph is then I'm speeding through too fast, but that one little graph was like the star ratings, which I like that one, but again, it's like the color coding. This was my library cost savings, which I said I loved this one, so I'm like just doing a copy and paste of it. But yeah, so if you guys have any suggestions of any other pages I should do, let me know in the comments down below. Thanks for watching, guys.